Hello, namaste, and welcome to your practice. This is going to be a seated and supine class that focuses on hip opening, hamstring opening, and just a couple of easy twists. So there will be absolutely no weight bearing on the arms, so it's a great practice if you're trying to rest or rehabilitate your wrists, your shoulders, your upper body in any way. We're going to be seated and lying down, so get cozy. Make sure you have some blankets perhaps to elevate your seat at any point, a strap if you'd like to use a strap for any seated poses, and let's begin. All right, start with your right leg in front of the left. Cross your shins right at the middle of the shin and very gently flex your feet. Use your hands and turn your thighs internally. Move the flesh of your bum back. And we'll start seated, just creating deep attunement. So you can take your palms down, rise tall through your spine, and gently close your eyes if that feels good to do. You take a moment to really establish a relationship with your breathing. Start by noticing the breath, how it's moving, where you can lift up a little or open to make space to receive an even deeper flow of breath. You breathe through your nose if possible, and establish the oceanic sound of Ujjayi pranayama. So you tone the back of your throat. That oceanic sound is a soothing sound for the mind, calming the waters of the kidneys. Can be a nice sort of salve for your nervous system. Allow yourself to become really enchanted with your own breathing. Join your palms to your heart to Anjali Mudra. Add any personal intentions or offerings that you might have for this practice. Maybe a simple intention to just cultivate a deep inner connection and to abide in your own inner sense of peace. You bow to your heart. And now as you inhale, lift your gaze, reach your arms up and wide overhead. Exhale, reach your right fingertips to the right and go up and over with your left arm. Just getting a gentle side bend. Relax your right shoulder down. Let your pelvis and your legs be heavy to the earth. And use your breath to lift your ribs a little bit up and away from the hips. As you inhale, come back up to center, arms up. And exhale, left hand down. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Use your breath to gently meet and greet any thread of tension, any sort of stress that's being held in your body. And just be open to seeing some of it dissipate and dissolve. Now come on up, both arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Bring your forearms down, your hands down. If you have a blanket or a block, you can always rest your forehead to it. Breathe down and low and close with the earth. And allow yourself to slow down inside. And then gently walk yourself back up. And simply change the cross of your legs. Bring your left shin in front of the right, crossing right again at the middle of the shins. Use your hands to re-establish your foundation. Turn your thighs in, move the flesh back. And inhale and reach up. This time take a little twist to the right side, left hand to the right knee. Bring your right hand behind you. Stay tall through your spine, regal through your spine. Notice if you're pulling forward with your head and gently draw the sides of your neck back. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale as you deepen your twist. Inhale, back to center, lift through the arms. And exhale, twist to your left. Right hand on the left knee. Inhale, lift up through both arms. Keep your hips heavy, legs relaxed. And then exhale, fold forward again over your legs. Connect to your breathing. And let the breathing be deep and steady and smooth. And then slowly walk yourself all the way back up. Okay. Turn to your left and bring your left leg forward to deer pose. So for deer pose, bring your left shin straight across, parallel to the short side of the mat. Bring your right leg back at essentially a 90-degree angle, but don't get too worried if it's not an exact measure of 90 degrees. Gently flex your feet and then spread your fingers wide. Lift up here through your heart. Make sure you have your left leg in front. And as you exhale, slowly fold over your front shin. With the hands on the floor, you can help to steer your torso a little bit so that you center your weight rather than falling off on the left hip. Try to stay centered between right and left. Take a couple of breaths here as you just notice what's happening in your hips today. Offer a couple of deep breaths to soften any tension that might be held. You're welcome to stay in deer pose if that's a good choice for your body, or you could reach your right leg all the way back now and slide into a pigeon pose, Eka Pada Rajakapotasana. Also in pigeon, try to shift your weight so that you're right in the center between the right and left. You gently press to the baby toe edge of your foot. Right? Clamp the back of your left knee like you're holding something with your knee just to help protect the ligaments. And soften your forehead, your jaw, your fingers, shoulders. If you wish to add a thigh stretch, bend your right knee and reach back with your opposite hand, your left hand, to find the foot. Track your right heel straight in towards your right hip. And then very gently root your tailbone down. Lift up a little bit through your low belly. You're opening up the quads, and the front of the legs is actually a really key component of having open and healthy, happy hips. One more breath. Release your back foot if you're holding it. Gently walk yourself up. And then lean a little bit of weight to your left hip and bring your right leg around. Cross your right foot over the outside of the left leg, setting up for a seated spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. If you do like to sit up on blankets, this is a good place to slide a blanket under your hips. Okay, lift your left arm high, and as you exhale, cross your elbow to the knee. Take a little twist here. You can close your left finger, first finger to the thumb, making Jnana Mudra, the seal of wisdom. With your hips heavy, keep inhaling to find lift and length through your spine. And gently twist to the right as you exhale. Stay for one more breath. And then slowly untwist. Bring both hands over to your left. You can stay upright or just gently tip down and breathe here into the back of your body. A little counter twist. And come back up. Okay, reach your right leg forward and pull your left foot back, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Use your hands again to turn your thighs in, spinning the thigh bone internally inside of the socket, the hip socket. Can help set up a nice foundation and more space for your pelvis. Press your thighs down, lift up through your torso, and as you exhale, gently turn to your straight leg and bow forward. Bring your left hand to the leg or to the right foot. Fold in. These seated forward folds are a very nice opportunity just to get quiet, more intimate with your breathing, more connected to yourself, not only your body, but your emotional body, your energy body. Just really checking in with yourself on this day. One more deep breath in Janu Shirshasana. And then press your thighs down to anchor as you slowly bring yourself back up. Lift your left knee and touch your leg out. And then actually bend both knees and come onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Keep your right leg with you. Reach your left leg back out to the floor. Okay, and then hold the right foot coming into a half form of happy baby. And gently pull down on the outer edge of your foot. Press your foot against your hand. Be mindful of your bottom leg, the left leg. Keep rooting the thigh towards the earth. And either continue to hold your right foot or slide your hand to hold the back of the thigh and open your right leg off on a diagonal to the right. It's Supta Padangustasana variation. And stretch the energy from your pelvis out long through your legs. And then slowly bring your right leg back up. Hold your foot with both hands or hold your ankle or calf with both hands. Bend your elbows and draw your forehead towards your right shin. Relax your head. Bend your right knee. Bring your left knee in and cross your right knee over the left. Cross as high up the thigh as possible so the knees make connection and hold on to your ankles rather. So it's a supine gomukhasana, supine cow face pose. Okay, create a little bit of action through your feet. Spread your toes. Try to close the gap between the legs so the thighs and knees make full contact. A couple of breaths here. We're gonna hold this shape, but rock all the way up. So you hold on to your knees or hold behind your legs, get a little momentum, rock up, keeping the shape. So the right leg stays on top and we are in Gomukhasana. This is a nice place to support your hips with the blanket if you'd like to. Bring your fingertips forward, so tent the fingers and root your pelvis down and back. And stay here or start to fold in a little bit deeper if you'd like. The forward folds and the hip openers really invite us to presence, but also to cultivate patience, to cultivate an acceptance of where we are. These are not shapes that can be forced. They're not shapes that we can muscle our way through. So we just show up again and again with full presence, with openness, with a lot of breath. What can you accept about yourself today? And what thread of tension are you ready to release? And slowly walk up. So this transition's a little bit tricky. We're going to come into a frog pose in the center of the mat. Start by unwinding your right leg and taking it back towards a pigeon, not a straight-legged pigeon, just in that direction. And now lean into your hands, slide your left foot in and back until you're on your knees and you have both feet pointing back. If you got a little lost, just take a peek here at what I'm doing. So the shins go back and they're parallel. Flex your feet, press the inner edges of your feet down, the inner part of the big toes down. You can bring your forearms down. Might be good to have a bolster or a blanket here if you have one. I'm doing all of this practice today without props, but just offering some ideas. With your knees wide, gently press your hips back. So use your arms on the floor as leverage to send your weight back, hips toward your heels. If it ever gets too intense, you can shift your weight forward and that will reduce the intensity. This is a pose I seldom practice and I seldom teach, but it's a good one. So let's be here for several deep breaths. One more full breath. Use your hands to slowly walk yourself up. Bring your big toes to touch. Keep your knees wide and then sit back and up on your feet. Just for a moment, hands on your knees. Bring your right hand up onto the outside of your the left side of your head, the outer part of your head, and just gently draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Using your hand to help give leverage and weight to the head. We're looking for some kind of sensation through the left side of the neck, some kind of a release. So you might even reach your left arm out, extend the fingers. And just explore either the elevation of the arm or the position of your head and chin until you find a sweet spot in the neck that you can offer a couple deep breaths to. Now use your right hand to lift the right side of your head, just tip it up, back to neutral. Bring your right arm down, take your left arm to the right side of your head. There we go, and then draw the left ear down, just changing sides. Again, it's a little different for everybody, so you have to kind of explore where you want to angle your right arm, how high or how low, and what is the position of your chin and head where you can get a nice release to the side of your neck. Use your left hand to lift the left side of your head back up to neutral. And from here, we'll pivot to the right side, coming into deer pose with the right leg forward. So bring your right shin forward, and bend your left knee so both legs are approximately 90-degree angles. Tense your fingers, gently flex your feet. And as you inhale, rise up here through the spine. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Practicing presence, practicing patience, practicing a lot of really deep breathing. Either stay in the deer shape or start to shift your left leg all the way back, finding your way into pigeon. Pigeon tends to be like a love it or hate it kind of a shape. But one of the things I always think about that my teacher, Dr. Douglas Brooks, once said was, don't mistake your preferences for your possibilities. So even if this is not your preference, see if it's possible. And what space can you maybe find by just really tending to the breath. Stay as you are, or add the quad stretch. Bend your left knee, reach back with your opposite hand, right hand, find the foot. Track your heels straight into your left sitting bone, and then to turn the volume up on this one, scoop your tailbone down. I don't say that too often. This part's gonna help you. Scoop your tail down, lift your low belly. release your leg. Slowly come on up and then sit to your right hip and bring your left leg all the way around, setting up for the seated spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. You're welcome to elevate your hips onto your blanket. Ground down through your left big toe and ground down through both sitting bones, especially the left sitting bone. Reach your right arm up high. As you exhale, find the twist. Elbow to knee or cradle your knee with your elbow. Keep tending to the breath. In general, the inhalation offers us this possibility for more lift, more length. The exhale, you might just see if a little deeper twist is possible. Slowly, as you inhale, make your way to the center. Exhale, bring both hands to the other side. Stay upright through your spine or start to bow down, forehead towards the floor, just for a counter pose. Come on up. And then uncross your left leg, take your left foot straight out in front of you. Pull your right foot back, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. Use your hands, it's really worth it to maneuver the legs a little bit. Turn the thighs in, pull the flesh back. And then use your hands to frame your straight leg. Press your thighs down, lift and elevate through your spine. On an exhalation, fold. Reach for your leg or your foot with the opposite hand. Tending to the breath, it's slow, it's steady, it's ujjayi. There's that oceanic sound, just calming the waters of the body, calming, soothing the mind, right? Serving as an anchor for the mind. Gently press down through your leg bones so you feel plugged into the earth and walk yourself back up. You can lift your right knee, bend both knees, and lie down onto your back. As you lie back, re-extend the right leg out and hold your left foot, bringing it to that half form of happy baby. Ardha Sukha Balasana. Gently pull down on your foot, push your foot into your hand at the same time. So there's a relationship, a little push, a little pull, as most relationships tend to be. Ground down through your right leg. And keep holding your foot or hold the back of your thigh and take your leg out wide to that supine hand to foot pose, Supta Parangustasana. Track your right kneecap and your second and your third toe straight up. Just keeping the integrity even in these floor poses. And slowly draw your left leg all the way up. Hold your foot, or you can always use a strap, or hold behind your calf. And draw your forehead toward the shin for a couple of breaths. Relax your head down, bend your knee, bring both knees in, and cross left knee over the right. So we're in a supine cow face, Supta Gomukhasana. Gently flex your feet, spread your toes. Again, try to really connect the legs so there's no big gap between the thighs and the knees. And from here, let's rock up. Bringing yourself on up to Gomukhasana, left leg is on top. Okay, wake up your feet so that the outer edges press to the floor, just giving a little bit of traction and stability for the knees. Fingertips forward. And push your fingertips into the ground to help anchor your hips back. Stay here or continue to fold over your legs. Couple more deep breaths. Every exhale, opportunity just to let something go. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Okay. Unwind your left leg, so moving back through a pigeon, but like a very casual pigeon because we're just transitioning. Instead of going back into frog, from here, lift your knees and stretch your legs out wide. So coming into a wide straddle fold, Upavishta Konasana, a seated angle. Again, use your hands to your legs, turn the thighs in, pull the flesh back. This also helps to line up the hamstrings, which are kind of three, twisted muscles, helps line them up so that we can get a little more effective stretch. We're going to bring a little bit of a twist into this one. So turn towards your right leg, press down through your thighs, lift up through your spine. On an exhalation, fold over the right leg and hold your foot or your leg with your opposite hand. Keep the right hand on the ground, fingertips down, and use your right hand on the floor to help steer the belly, the chest, move your lungs more to the right, and bow in. Root down through your leg bones and slowly bring yourself up through the center. Just pause and notice. And then shift to turn towards your left leg. Right, keeping both kneecaps pointing up, toes pointing up. Turn your belly, turn your chest. Anchor your legs. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, fold over the left leg. Opposite hand to the foot or the leg. Right hand to the ground. Again, to help really turn your belly and chest more to your left leg. This becomes not only a seated forward bend, but now we add the component of the twist. Press your thighs straight down towards the floor and slowly come on up. Now we'll go right down the middle. This is, again, a good place for a bolster or blanket if you have one, or a stack of pillows. I'm not using them today, but always a nice thing to do. And walk right down the center. Upavishta Konasana, this wide seated angle. This is a pose that really invites us to practice acceptance, to meet the edge with our presence, with our breath, and just see what might start to open up if we're patient. Take 3 more deep breaths. And press down through your leg bones. You feel the plug into the earth. And slowly walk yourself back up. Use your hands below your knees to bend your knees, bring your feet together, and set up for Baddha Konasana, bound ankle. You can hold your feet, rise tall here by taking your low back in and up, catch the current, lift up, and then fold forward. Little Georgie here is arranging his bed, and he is not practicing patience like we are. And slowly come all the way back up. Use your hands to close the knees, and we'll take one more seated forward fold. Stretch your legs out long for Paschimottanasana. Ground down through your legs. Inhale, reach up high through your arms. Again, root the thighs, lift your heart, and then slowly fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Paschimottanasana is the stretching of the west. It's connected to the sunset, the back of the body. See if there's any place you're holding tension, anything that you're efforting unnecessarily, and just take 3 more breaths. Really focus on softening, releasing, easing into a deeper connection to yourself. Slowly press your fingertips down to the ground, lift yourself up. Take a comfortable cross-legged seat. Just bring your hands into your lap, and you can have your eyes open or closed. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling inside. Hopefully more spacious, hopefully more present, and hopefully a little bit more connected. Thanks for taking time to practice today. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Namaste.